thank you so much for clicking on and joining me here today for another word of encouragement. I want to talk to you today about taking control of your thoughts. And I know this is a hard thing to do with so many things coming at us by many different angles that our thoughts can just run rapid. But we have power and control in order to take control of those, and especially those negative ones. And today I want to share with you how you do it. First, I want to start with some verses. And the first verse says this: "Do not be conformed by this world, but be transformed by the renewal of your mind." The second verse says, "Take every thought captive and make it obedient to Christ." Now we see in these verses, these last two verses, that not only are our thoughts thoughts can be changed, but that we have the power to change them, that we can be the ones that can change them. And so how you direct your thinking changes the very structure. And I find this important, and this is very important to hear. So how we direct our thinking actually can change the structure of our brain itself, and it increases our ability to learn. And so there's a physical science behind it, what our thoughts are doing to us physically. And so I think it's so important for us to be able to get off that downward spiral train, that train of negative thoughts, and take control of that. And it says that the average person has 30,000 thoughts per day. And that seems like a lot. And so many of those, like I've mentioned here before, can seem to be negative or just bad, or just feelings of remorse, or all those different things that you might be feeling. And they're actually starting to find that most illnesses now can be traced back to a toxic thought pattern. And so much of science and our health and their thoughts and our mind are all starting to be related in a sense. And so here is how. Now you might say to me, now how can we do this? And the first thing is that we hear that in that second verse today, that we are to take every thought captive and make it obedient to Christ. And so I think that it becomes a little overwhelming to take every thought captive. Like, it just seems like, there's no way I can do it. I have 30,000 thoughts a day. Like, I would be busy. And so maybe we just start with one. Try with one. Take that one negative thought and take it captive. And then do what the verse says. You make it obedient to God's promises over you and for you. And that's one of the promises, is God is for you. Who can be against you? And so you take that thought and you make it obedient to God's scripture and his promises for you. You write it down. You put it on your mirror in your bathroom. You repeat it over and over again. And then you believe it. And you begin to own it. And so that one thought pattern that you might have been carrying for so long now becomes something of the past. And you believe the promises that God is speaking over you. And so, because again, what we believe and what we think, it matters. And here's the catcher. The enemy knows this. He knows that. And so that's why he just kind of tries to take those thoughts that we're speaking over ourselves, those negative thoughts, and he says, yes, that is you. But that is not what Christ has said about you. You are of value. You are of worth. You are his beloved. You are chosen. And so when you begin to take those negative thoughts that I am not worthy, I am not chosen, I am no value, and you replace it with that, you are now beginning to create a new thought pattern in your life, and you are taking control of your thoughts. And so I've heard it said this. I heard it said, the greatest spiritual battle of our generation is being fought right between our ears. And so I encourage you today that take control of those, and don't be overwhelmed by all those thoughts. Just one thing at a time, one thought at a time, and make it obedient to what Christ says about you, that you are his beloved. Thanks for joining me. Bye-bye.